are you guys ready? We have one more judge before we get to our battles, and this guy is our only champion. We were gonna have 2 championships, and then I didn't realize how expensive fucking title belts are. That is ridiculous. So we've got 1 championship. It's also a terrible looking belt, but this guy is the owner. He's one of the best roasters that there is. I want you guys to make it loud for the very funny Anthony Zuccaro.
Oh, thank you. Give it up for the Joker's lawyer, everybody. The Joker's lawyer, Josh Means. I didn't know wildlings traveled this far south of the wall. This is fantastic. Shout out to Josh. He has the body of a Holocaust survivor and the face of someone who doesn't believe it happened. That's fantastic. How does he do it? Looks like meth, sounds like Xanax. How does he do it? Now give it up for Josh Means and Al for putting on this show. Let's see, what's going on with me? Recently I quit smoking cigarettes, and the worst part about that is that no one cares. No one gives a shit when you quit smoking cigarettes. And when we talk about how hard it is, no one cares when you quit. It makes no sense. Like I told my friend I quit smoking cigarettes, he was like, good, why did you start? What is this, 1965? What do you want me to do? And I felt proud of it. You know, but like you quit smoking cigarettes, no one cares. It's like you quit heroin, people compliment your weight gain. They say you look great, you know. Like, and I told him, I was like, why don't people care when you quit? And he goes, because cigarettes, we know they're bad for you now. What, is the jury still out on heroin? What is going on? Like, and basically, once you're post-cigarette addiction, if anyone has one, I'm down. You know, I think that's why we don't care. There's no other drug like that, you know? Like, I'm not gonna, like, try to talk to a fan after the show and be like, can I bum a syringe from you? Like, no, that doesn't work like that, you know? Oh, I only do crack when I'm drunk. I'm a social crack smoker. These are relatively new jokes, so I don't have transitions for them. When someone brings up Hitler, and they do, people just be bringing up Hitler. They do bring up Hitler. Hitler's like the Kleenex of evil people, you know? It's the brand name. It's the Coca-Cola or the Pepsi, you know? It's who you go to. Like for evil people, Stalin and Hitler, Coke and Pepsi. I think that's safe to say. But yeah, people just be bringing up Hitler, and when they do, for some reason, whenever someone brings up Hitler, someone, inevitably, always will say, you know what, he was a great public speaker. Who gives a fuck? Why do we say this every time Hitler gets, what, was the Zodiac Killer good at Scrabble? Probably. Something happened that overshadowed that. So, you know, was OJ good at football? He was. Okay? We have to look at the whole picture. Okay? We can't just talk about one specific thing. Like, can you imagine being in World War II, everything going on, and be like, say what you want about it? That guy can control the crowd. Get him behind the mic, he's electric. Crazy. And, you know, I don't get it. I watched some of Hitler's speeches, you guys, I don't get the hype. Okay? I watched some of his speeches, such a great public speaker, I can't understand a word this guy's saying. Okay? Someone get this guy subtitles. Yeah, right about now is what I like to mention. I'm a substitute teacher, everybody. I'm a substitute teacher. Thank you. See that? Do you see what just happened? That joke gets applause, and it's contingent on the jokes I do before it. Okay. If I open with that joke, huge applause. Follow it with the Hitler bit, not so much. Okay. That's a quick social experiment. But I like substitute teaching because it's the stepdad of jobs. Because I don't care about these kids at all. I don't give a shit about these kids. I just show up, I buy them an Xbox, and I leave. Okay? And guess what? They don't care about me either. They don't care about me either. Every day I get called Marv from Home Alone. Every day. It's fucked up. Weird way to find out that movie is still a classic. I wish I found out another way, to be honest. Some kid said I look like if they machine washed Post Malone. Who is writing these for you? Is Don Rickles your grandfather? What is going on? Some kid said I look like if Bob Ross sniffed paint. I wrote all of those, don't give them any credit. They can't read or write, I'm their sub. So they're not doing well. Yeah, but I like substitute teaching, I really do. Gives me free time to think about a bunch of random stuff that I can say up here. Like, for example, I have this theory about how ghost hunters, or I have this theory that ghosts are real. Ghosts are real. They, just like most people, don't want to talk to ghost hunters. I think that's the issue. Okay, they're like, can I literally get anybody else to speak to? Okay, these ghost hunters, they dedicate their life to this shit, and it's like, try talking to an alive person first. Okay, like start with the world of the living before you try and conquer the dead. All right, you're weird. Okay, like what are you doing? Like some of these ghost hunters, they're so oblivious to what's going on. Like one of these ghost hunters, he said, you know, it's weird that we only get reports of ghost stories from places where there's really not a lot going on. There's not a lot to do over there. It's like, yeah, I'd make up some shit too if I lived in Auburn. Do you know how haunted Rockland is? Haunted as hell, okay? There's nothing to do over there. I see hella ghosts in Placerville, man. I would just get the fuck out of there. But these local jokes are gonna go great online. Yeah, no, it's just so strange. And it's like, well, the only thing that makes sense to me is if you lived your whole life in a boring place and then you died and you found out you got to haunt that place, I would do that for eternity. And I think that's why there's ghosts in these places. They're like, finally, I get to have some fucking fun in this town. I get to mess with some people, flick off some light switches, turn some water off and on. This is fantastic. Let me tell you something, guys. My grandfather would be rolling in his grave if dead people could take ecstasy. Okay. He was a partier. Okay. Since I'm the comedian of the family, I always get a little warning before certain events. You know, I get a warning like, hey, no jokes at this event. No jokes. The comedians over there are like, yes. No jokes at this event. I always get the warning. And so when one of my family members, he was having a military funeral, right? So my aunt comes up to me and goes, Anthony, no jokes. This is a serious funeral. This is a military funeral. I was like, oh yeah, unlike all those wacky, zany civilian funerals I've been to. I was so unprepared for how serious this is. And then one of my cousins shows up. He's wearing fake Jordans. They were so fake the meme was on them. He's wearing camo cargo shorts. You know how disrespectful it is to be wearing camo shorts to a military? That should be illegal. He should be shot on sight. Then he's wearing a shirt that says, I hug on the first date. Remember that? Remember the I hug on the first date shirt? Neon purple. And then a hat that says, it's all about de flick of the wrist. Okay? Which I had to explain to all of my older family members that it wasn't what it was at all. It's about rubber bands, Grandma. Yeah. So but long story short, he didn't get a warning, okay? But I got the warning because I tell jokes sometimes. It's messed up. So in retaliation, they had misspelled his name on the tombstone, and I spent the whole day calling that a grave mistake. All right, I'm Anthony Zuccaro. Thank you very much.